All right, guys, back on a Friday, a beautiful Good Friday, and happy Easter Sunday to all you, in case this doesn't air today. But I talked a little bit about the tariffs, and the more, after I finish a video, I remember about 90% of what I was supposed to say in a video. But while we're out front, the beautiful Davis Drives YouTube. Where?
Got a little piece of shit over there.
Oh, on you. What in the... All right, welcome back. It's still a beautiful Friday out here in Richmond, Virginia. Nice and sunny. It's a Good Friday, and it's truly Good Friday. Easter Sunday coming up, in case you guys don't see this today, and it's airing on Easter for some reason, because our uploads have been sucking here recently, and we got new Verizon and Comcast and all kinds of cable crap being done. Hopefully it helps. Maybe that's the problem right there. What a freaking disaster. What's that hanging down?
Light.
Wow. Nice. All right, well, anyway, AJ just had to pause the video because he had a bird poop on his hand, and I thought it pooped on the truck, and then the phone rang. If you work for, what was that, DeWalt?
Yeah.
We just mailed it back? That was DeWalt calling. Yeah, we had a buffer. Our detail guy does not do a lot of buffing, but unfortunately when he needs his buffer, he needs it, and it broke. So we sent it back, and very nice people on the other end called and were very helpful. So thumbs up DeWalt. Of course, we use mostly Milwaukee, but got to give them props. They did a good job, and they're getting their buffer fixed for us. So beautiful square body in the background, and the Davis Drives Any Level Super Duty that now has 2,000 miles on it. So she's breaking in well. But I talked about the tariffs earlier, and just like always, when I finish a video, I remember the other 90% of everything that I forgot in the video. And the part that is the most important is for everybody to realize this could very well go so similar to COVID that it's not funny. Let's get over here so the sun's not as bad. What happened during COVID? COVID was a supply and demand thing. People did not know what was going to happen. We were the same way. We kind of chilled out a little bit. We didn't buy as much. We let the thing run its course. At that time, this parking lot, you could barely pull in. It was a one lane in and out only. We had 150, 175 cars on this side alone. We were using the building across the road for overflow because it was vacant. We got down to where we could have run a NASCAR race in our parking lot. We had so little amount of vehicles. Then we went out to try to buy vehicles, and the prices were through the ceiling, the quality was through the toilet, and we just couldn't replace inventory. So we even got ourselves caught in that ruckus. But on the flip side, on our shop side, and Daniel and Brian up at the off-road shop, our service-related things, parts availability became a problem. A truck such as that's basically brand new. That's still under factory warranty for a lot of stuff. They're not gonna cover the lift kit, but the motor, transmission, none of that's been modified. Let's just say it has a fuel pump fail, under warranty. I take it to Ford. Excellent, no problem. It's under warranty. They're gonna take care of it. What if they can't get the part? During COVID, they shut the ports down. You couldn't get stuff from overseas. You couldn't get stuff from other countries. Well, right now, you can get the stuff from other countries, but everybody's scared of what the price is going to be when it lands at port. What's the tariff going to be? What's the tax going to be? And if you didn't catch the other video, I've already told you that I have involvement in a boat parts and sales and all that too. And the prices are already, we're seeing every invoice go up. Tariff upcharge, tariff surcharge, you name it. Just like a fuel surcharge, now they got a fuel surcharge, a tariff surcharge, there was a COVID surcharge, 15 to 30% already on items. Some of these items are extremely expensive. During COVID, we stocked up. I had motors that nobody else had. I had parts that nobody else had. We had wheels and tires that nobody else had. We got ahead of it on a lot of things, but we also were behind the 8 ball in a lot of ways because transportation was slower. Getting trucks repaired, such as this one. If I send it to Ford and they say, hey, we don't have the part, it's gonna be 3 or 4 weeks, I can't sell that truck. So I've got $120,000 sitting around doing nothing. Tow trucks, rollbacks, some of the items that keep the world going round, ambulances, fire trucks, other things that we sell. If they didn't have the parts, they couldn't finish them. Some things as stupid as oil filters we couldn't even get back then. things that should have never run out. And I have a very good feeling we're going to see a lot of that stuff again. And it just, the writing's on the wall. It just seems like everything is playing into that same genre of what happened before. Cool truck. They can't see it if you don't turn. Yeah, you turned your head but didn't turn the camera. But let's just use this truck for example. Any Level Lift Company, great company. We've seen a lot of their product over the years. Say they import their joints or their hydraulics from another country. If they can get it, that part's gonna have to go up. That means the lift kit cost is gonna go up. They gotta re-engineer their website to make that cost in there. Sometimes people will eat it, but you eventually can't eat it any longer. It's probably already gone up several times since the kit was produced. There's so many things that manifest into this. The patented power steps that they make at the off-road shop. You know, if the board cost or the motor cost or the metal steel cost goes up, we can incur it for a certain amount of time and then you can't any longer. It gets to a point where if you don't watch your bottom line, and this is where I'm kind of preaching to some of these old school businesses out there, and I told you in the last video, we've seen 4 local, 2 dealerships, 2 shops close. They've been around for a while. They went out of business this last month alone, and we've been buying some stuff from them. One of them, I'm getting ready to bring you a video on a really cool classic truck. But sometimes it's out of the control, but if you're not controlling your business and you're not watching your bottom line, if you haven't paid attention, if you're a 60, 70-year-old business owner and you've got great managers and the business is running good and you got good contracts, but y'all are not adjusting things accordingly, you're going to fall behind really quickly. And the dealers, construction company owners, and so many others that we deal with that have had this recent problem didn't realize their electric bills were double, their fuel cost was double, their raw material cost was double, their personal property tax is higher. So many things change, and if you don't adapt that in your pricing or stay ahead of it, you're either going to have to like double your prices overnight, or you're going to eventually wonder why your bank account has slid down to next to nothing, and then you're working for free, and that sucks. I can assure you in our business, we're working to keep our employees, keep the business going, and also we enjoy what we do, so that helps a lot. But at the bottom line of things, it's staggering how far it has crept down. Working just as hard on this side to make far less money on this side at the end of the day. And that's the point that is frustrating. And I know I'm preaching to the choir on some already know it, some don't even know what a tariff is. Some might not be affected by it, but your toilet paper is going to be more, your soap's going to be more. Anything that involves a raw product that might come from overseas. We even see tariff prices going up on invoices that don't even have anything to do with overseas. But if this guy's doing it, something they're doing is being affected, so they've got to raise theirs too. And we're already at a point where stuff's too expensive. Mike, my sales guy, every time a customer comes in, he's like, hey, trucks are just too high. And I just kind of cringe, you know, I think he's, you know, I don't know how to put it, you know, he's the face of our business. It's not anything that we have control over. Trucks are high across the board. Our trucks are high because we have to buy them, sell them, and make a profit. And again, profit level stays here. Expenses are here, so the bottom line is down here. And that's not the way it should be, but unfortunately, everybody should be in business for themselves. You get rich, right? That's what everybody thinks. But there's a whole lot more that goes along with it. So we're gonna get past this sucky content, but I felt endured to at least make a post. And like I said, some of this is rambling from this first post. Supply and demand's a real factor. That's what makes the world go round. I hope we don't get into a feast or famine where people are fighting over paper towels and toilet paper and toiletries again. But be prepared, be smart, and again, I'm preaching to most of my business people that may just be a little bit aloof from their business. You live life how you want to, run your business how you want to, but we touch a lot of avenues of people from, like I say, construction, plant workers, big company owners, corporation owners, Florida, Texas, California, Oregon, you know, all over the place. And there's a lot of unknown in this industry right now. If you got money and you want to spend it, spend it. But I'd spend it on inventory. I'd spend it on things that you might need in the future. Our commercial stuff is already starting to get busier than ever because people are like, hey, I'm busy and I'm afraid if my truck breaks down, my crew's out. And if my crew's out, we're not making any money and I gotta pay my crews to work. So if you're running around on a two-man crew and each one's in a truck and you don't have a spare, you better think about that. Better get ahead of it, because if you think you're gonna go buy a new one, Chevrolet dealer might not have them. I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. The tow truck world is a big part of our business. We don't know what's gonna happen currently. Some of that stuff is imported to these companies that build these trucks. Will it affect it? We don't know, but we're gonna stay ahead of it. So thanks guys. Davis Drives. I'm not sure where you're watching this, whether you're watching it on YouTube, you're watching it on TikTok, you're seeing it on Instagram or Facebook, but wherever you see us, thanks for following, thanks for supporting. Feel free to drop your comments on what you think is gonna happen, and enjoy the content. Thanks guys.